Okay, students, in this video, we will see the solution of question number 47. So, in this question, two things are not given. That is the ratio and the date. Okay. By ratio, we mean old ratio as well as the new ratio. Okay. These are missing here in this question. So, when the ratio is not mentioned, we know that the partners are the equal partners, which means uh, when A and B were partners before the admission of C, they were equal partners. That is why we can see here that A and B are sharing profits and losses equally. That is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 because there were two partners. That is divided by 2. Okay. Now, when C was admitted, now the ratio was changed again. Okay. And in the question, on what ratio or on what share C is being admitted, it is not mentioned. So, therefore, the new ratio will also be equally distributed. That is 1 by 3 for all the partners. That is A, B, and C equals 1 by 3 each. Okay. So after getting old ratio and the new ratio, we will uh, move on to the sacrificing ratio and we calculate it. If you have a look at this question, in this question, the ratio is not mentioned. That is why we are following this way. That is old ratio and the new ratio as you have seen here on your screen. This is how we can do it in this case. Okay, but if the ratios are provided, then we have to do as per that. Okay, so let us move on to the next heading, that is revaluation account. So as you can see here that in the question there are adjustments given. Hmm. There are six adjustments are there. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. So adjust first adjustment, freehold property to be revalued at 28,000. So whenever the amount is followed by the word to or at, we have to compare it. Okay, we compare the value given in the balance sheet, that is the old value, and the new value which is given in the adjustment. So we compare it and we write the difference here. If asset is increasing, we write in the credit side. If asset is decreasing, we write in the debit side, isn't it? And it happens just the opposite for the liabilities. If liability increase, it will be in the debit column, and if it decrease, it will be in the credit column. So freehold property is an asset. As you can see here in the asset column, it is present, isn't it, in balance sheet. So freehold property will be revalued at rupees 28,000. So the old value was how much? 24,000. So you can see here the value is increasing by 4,000 because previously it was 24,000. Now it is 28,000. So by 4,000 it is being increased. So it will be recorded in the credit side. Plant is to be revalued at 7,200. Look at the old value here in the balance sheet. It is 8,000. So now when the old value was 8,000, the new value is becoming how much? 7,200. So the value is being decreased here. Okay. So that is why plant will be recorded in the debit column, amount rupees 800. We have the bad debts also. By bad debts, we mean such an amount that was to be received, but we are not receiving it. Okay, so A and B, they were supposed to receive 400 from a debtor, but the debtor, he didn't pay the amount, 400 rupees. So it is lost, isn't it? So that is why the bad debts are recorded in the debit column of revaluation account because it decreases the amount of debtors. That is from 5,000, 400 will be subtracted. That is why we are writing 400 in the debit column of revaluation account. Now, provision for doubtful debts is also maintained at rupees 600. So by provision, we mean a liability. So whenever a provision is created, okay, we have to record in the debit column because at that point of time, liability is being increased. Okay, and stock is also revalued at rupees 5,500. The previous value was 6,000. So From 6,000, the new value has become 5,500. So 500 is the decrease amount. So we write in the debit column. Now patents. Patents to be written off. To be written off, it means that we have to write it off completely. That is, patents will be now valueless. Just like we uninstall any app or delete the apps from our mobile phone, it is just the same way that the patents are being removed from its assets. Okay, so the patents are no longer uh, availed. That is, the patents have become valueless. It has zero value now. So by the entire amount of 1200, it will be written off completely. So all the adjustments have been done for the revaluation. Now we have to do the calculation. Okay, maybe you are having the problem here, that is in which side the balance will be there. Okay, I hope I don't have to teach you that again and again, because we have been uh, maintaining this kind of ledger accounts since class 11. And if you have seen the previous video, that is of partnership admission, it is there. I have also provided the link. If you still want me to explain you more in detail, I can make more videos. Okay, you just tell me, let me know what kind of video you want, what type of question you want, what topic should I explain to you. I will do it. Anyway, so the 500 will be the balance here in the debit side. So this 500 will be distributed between A and B equally. Okay, that is 250 rupees for A and B each. Now let us move on to partners capital account. But before we move on to partners capital account, I want to tell you that if you read in this question, the goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 9,000. Okay, and C is coming for what share? C is coming for 1/3 share, as you can see here in the new ratio. Okay, so we have to calculate the C's share of goodwill. That is the goodwill to be brought in by C. So C's share of goodwill will be 9,000 into 1 by 3 equals to 3,000. Okay, so that 3,000 is the premium for goodwill that is brought in by C, and that premium of goodwill will be shared between A and B as per the sacrificing ratio. As you can see here in this line, uh, that C is to bring plant, debtors, and stock. Okay, just below that, and also cash to pay for his share of goodwill and make his capital equal to that of each. We will worry about the capital afterwards, but this line it says that he is bringing his share of goodwill, which means that he is bringing the premium for goodwill. Okay, equal to the uh, uh, part or portion of his share of the total value of goodwill, that is 9,000. It is 3,000, isn't it? So that 3,000 should be distributed between A and B as per the sacrificing ratio, and we will see in the capital account. Uh, Let us prepare the capital account now. We will extract the balance of capitals of A and B from balance sheet given. Okay, so this is 20,000 for A and 20,000 for B. Okay, we will write it in the credit side, and the amount that is brought in by C will be recorded through bank account, because in this question number 47, we have bank. In question number 46, we had cash. So depending on that, we have to do it. Okay, if it is bank, we have to write bank. If it is cash, then we have to go through the cash. Okay, but if in question, if both are present, if cash and bank they both are present, then it is your choice. You do through it cash or bank. Okay, so by bank, this amount I have written here, 6,750. Okay, don't do it right now. Okay, don't just write it now. Okay, so just leave it blank, just like we have done in question number 46. Okay, just leave it blank. Write down by bank and leave the amount blank. Okay, don't write anything. Then write these items: plant, sundry debtors, and stock. You can refer the question for the same, that C was to introduce plant, debtors, and stock. The amounts are given, isn't it? 6,000, 4,000, 5,000. Write the amount, okay? After writing this, we will move on to do that premium for goodwill adjustment. Just I explained right now. So C is supposed to bring rupees 3,000 as premium for goodwill. So that premium for goodwill will be shared between A and B as per the sacrificing ratio, that is equal. So 1,500 and 1,500 for both A and B. So in revaluation account also, we have seen that they have made the profit of 250 rupees each. So that profit should be shared between A and B. Okay, 250 rupees. Okay, so we will write it and look at the question one more time. And as per the question, there is no more adjustment left, isn't it? So we have to do the sum total, just like we did in question number 46. Just do the addition, get the total amount 21,750 for both A and B. Write the amounts here, and the same amount will be carried as the balance CD. Okay. And what about C now? What about C? Now look at the question. In the question, it is mentioned that C will make his capital equal to that of each of the other partners. So C will also make his capital equal to A and B. So A and B, how much they have capital? 21,750 each, isn't it? So C's capital also should be 21,750. So now write the amount 21,750 here, 21750. Write down here. Okay. After writing this amount 21750, write the same amount here also, 21750. Okay. And this amount should be the same here also, 21750, isn't it? So now write the amount 21750. So from 21750, we have to subtract this 6,000, 4,000, and 5,000. So whatever is the leftover, whatever is the balance, this is the amount of capital of C that is brought in through bank. Okay. Uh, Total capital of C is 21750 only. Okay, 21,750, which comprise of bank, plant, debtors, and stock amounting rupees 6750, 6,000, 4,000, and 5,000 respectively. Okay, so he will bring rupees 6750 as his capital through bank. Okay, if you have not understood, please rewind and listen the video. And still, if there is any confusion, please let me know. Okay, you never let me know. Okay, whatever the explanation I do, you never ask me the question again. I have to ask you that did you understand the topic? Anyway, let us move on to the balance sheet. We all know that preparing balance sheet is not a problem because we have to follow the same pattern as given in the question. So the first item we write will be freehold property, that is 24,000. And if you closely look at the revaluation account, I have told you this process of writing the amounts of balance sheet. Look at the old balance sheet, 24,000, okay, and find the freehold property here in the revaluation account. It is being increased, isn't it? 4,000. So 24,000 plus 4,000, it will be 28,000. So write the amount. I don't know why this is slow. Okay, write the amount 28,000. Okay. And for plant, debtors, and stock, yes, for plant, debtors, and stock, we will do the adjustment separately here, as I have shown here. Okay, you are supposed to write a working note that how we are getting this balances, different balances here. Okay, we could have done the same way we have done for this freehold property here, but the sum would be very lengthy. You know, the balance sheet would be very lengthy here. Okay, so it's better that we can do this. It will be much easier and very short. Plant is amount 13,200. How this amount is coming? 13,200. Now look at the balance sheet. In balance sheet, you can see the amount of 8,000, isn't it? So 8,000 is already there. And C is also bringing plant. Look at the question one more time. It is given in the question. Okay, so 8,000 plus 6,000, 14,000. And in the revaluation account, in the debit column, if you have a look out there, you can see the plant. Plant is being decreased by 800. So we have to subtract it and we get the amount 13,200 and we write the amount 13,200 here. Okay. Similarly for debtors, in the balance sheet, it was 5,000. C is bringing 4,000 of debtors. Okay, together it will be 9,000. And we had a bad debt of 400 rupees. So it should be subtracted from 9,000. It will be 9,600. Now again subtract the provision from it. It will be 8,000. Sorry, yeah, 8,000. Sorry, I said 9,600. It is 8,600. Sorry. So 8,600 minus 600, it will be 8,000. Okay. So we write the amount for debtors here, 8,000. And after debtors, we have bank. So for the bank, we have to write 7,200, which is already given. Okay. C is bringing 6750, as we have seen in the capital account. He is bringing 6750. So write the amount 6750 plus he is bringing premium for goodwill as well. Okay, which was distributed between A and B here in the ratio of 1:1. So he is bringing, C is bringing 6750 plus 3,000. So that is why we have in bank 7,200 plus 6750 plus 3,000, totaling rupees 16,950. Okay. After writing bank, we have patents, but as we have seen already in the revaluation account or in the adjustment, that patents are written off, which means patents will no longer exist in the firm. So after that, we write stock. So stock is already 6,000. Okay, C is bringing stock of 5,000. So how much it will be? It will be 11,000. So from that, 500 should be reduced, and the amount will be 10,500 for stock. Okay. Why this 500 is reduced? Look at the revaluation account. The amount is already given out there in the debit column. So the amount will be 10,500. Okay. So the assets column, it is already over now. Okay. The total of asset column will be 76,650. The same total will be followed here also. Okay. Now look at the liability side. In the liability side, we have sundry creditors of rupees 5,400. Write the amount 5,400 here. Okay. Mortgage 6,000. Okay. If they have no adjustment, okay. If they have no adjustment in the revaluation account, write the amount directly. Okay. And this capital balances, this A, B, and C, we can refer to the capital account to balance CD towards the debit side, whatever we have written here in the debit column. Okay. 21750, the same balance has been followed, and the total will be 76650, both the sides. Okay. Now after that, we have to move on to the journal. Okay. We can do journal before also or after as well, but it is advisable to make journal before making the ledger accounts. Okay. But while preparing ledger journal before, we may have a small problem. And what is that problem? That problem of understanding the journal entries, okay, and understanding this profit or loss in revaluation, because without making the revaluation account, we can never ascertain that whether in revaluation we have profit or loss, because through journal entries we can never know whether we will be having profit or loss. Okay. But if you have understood the concept of journal in class 11 nicely, uh, there will be no problem. Okay. So let us look at the first journal entry here. It seems quite heavy, isn't it? We already know that C's capital will be credited as the new partner is bringing in his share of capital, okay, and he is bringing the premium for goodwill also, okay. So C's capital is 21750, as we have seen in the capital account. 21750. I don't know why this laptop is slow today. Okay, 21750. Okay, 21750. So that 21750 should be written here, 21750, and he is bringing premium for goodwill also, that is 3000. So together how much it will be? It will be 24750. Okay, now he is bringing plant, debtors, and stock, okay, but he is bringing amount of cash also in the form of bank, okay. So we will write bank as well, okay. You may write bank after writing stock as well, okay, there will be no issue, but I have mentioned bank at the top, so you may want to write afterwards or in the middle. You fit wherever you want to fit this bank account, okay. So write the amounts of plant. Don't write the amount of bank right now because we don't know how much it will be. So write the amount of plant 6,000, debtors 4,000, stock 5,000. So here in the credit side it was 24750. Okay, and in this debit side we have to subtract 15,000, 645, 15,000 we have to subtract from 24,750. How much we will get? We will get 9750. Yes, this 9750 is the amount that is brought in by C on his admission. But we should know that 9750 is not the amount of capital, because we have already seen in the capital account that 6750 is the amount of capital and this 3000 is for the premium of goodwill. So altogether he is bringing 9750 in the firm, okay, and this premium for goodwill will be shared between A and B as per the sacrificing ratio, okay. And I hope you know this journal entries now, this revaluation account, okay. If you have not understood, please look at the previous video of question number 46, okay. Still if you don't understand and you want me to explain you, let me know.